Sellers, buyers, homeowners, everyone, the Barrett Group is here to get you the home you need. Selling a home or property? The Barrett Group can be reached at 954-306-8607 to find out how much your home is worth. Buyers, interest rates are at an all-time low. The Barrett Group, 954-306-8607, located at 4977 North State Road 7, Tamarack, Florida. The Barrett Group, South Florida's real estate providers. Thanks, Barrett Group, for your kind sponsorship of this radio station.
Hi, I'm Trisha with FLEXX FM Media Group, and on behalf of the entire FLEXX FM family, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a happy holiday season and a prosperous new year. Please remember, drink responsibly and always tune into www.flexfm.online. That's FLEXXFM.online. Have a great holiday season. Thank you. Hi, I'm Trisha with FLEXX FM Media Group, and on behalf of the entire FLEXX FM family, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a happy holiday season and a prosperous new year. Please remember, drink responsibly and always tune into www.flexfm.online. That's FLEXXFM.online. Have a great holiday season. Thank you.
Happy holidays from Christine's Closet. I want to wish everybody a prosperous, safe, but most importantly, blessed holiday season this year. We've been through a lot these past 2 years, and I'm looking forward to enjoying myself and my family, as well as yours, here on FLEXX FM. Join me every Thursday evening from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. live on flexfm.online. See you soon.
FLEXX greetings, everyone. It's good to be here on top of the earth and not beneath the earth. I want to reach out to all our viewers and subscribers and telling you guys thanks for a great 2021 despite the odds with COVID and every other challenges that comes with it, will be religiously challenged or politically challenged. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten through this together. Simply named Champions at Trust. I want to thank you all for the support, the love that you gave us here at FLEXX FM Media Group, and I want you to continue giving us that love and support throughout the rest of 2021 into 2022. I am here to say to you guys, it's still crazy out there. I want you to be safe. I need for you to be here 2022 with us. So with that being said, keep tagging and sharing FLEXX FM Media Group with the world. Because trust me, it's FLEXX FM, my FM, your FM. Call a friend and tell a friend. It can be their FM too. Why not? Let's stay flexing for 2022. A word from the captain.
family, just want to say happy holidays to all my Flex FM family members, yo. To everyone who's always logged into Flex FM, happy holidays to you and yours. Yo, please be safe. Please always have a designated driver. You know, Christmas season still is when crazy stuff happening, and we don't want that, all right? I want y'all to look forward into 2022 with positive energy. We have a new look on life because we're going to really step up this thing. We're going to really step up this thing, what we call being goal-getters individually. Oh, go get it, right? For 2022, I want you to continue to ride out with the Flex FM family. You already know Flex FM is the best FM. It's your FM, it's my FM. We're always here to educate, empower, and entertain the world. So again, happy holidays from Flex FM, from Nikki Blaze, from everyone around the world. Yeah, one love with that.
Hi everyone, listening to the sound of my voice. This is Nigel, aka BMG. On behalf of myself, my family, and the Flex family, I want to wish everyone a happy, healthy, and a safe holiday season. And remember, FlexFM.online is the place to be. Happy holiday, everyone.
It's time for Caribbean News, covering current events from around the world, regionally and locally, with Sean Garrity on this station. It's news the Caribbean can use. And now, the details. Hart NSTA Trust Chairman steps down. Insists he acted in an honorable and transparent manner as chairman. Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Hart NSTA Trust, Edward Gabidon, has stepped down while insisting that during his tenure, he conducted the business of the trust with highest levels of transparency. Questions have been raised in the public domain recently about the relationship between a company Gabidon is the chief executive officer and the Hart NSTA Trust. Gabidon tendered his resignation to Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Friday, December 17, while noting that the company, Syncon, has been doing incredible business with Hart for well over a decade across successive administrations and prior to his service as chairman of the board of the Hart NSTA Trust. In his resignation letter to the Prime Minister, Gabidon said during a recent debate in Parliament, a report submitted to the PAC was referenced and quoted a statement attributed to an attorney at Hart NSTA Trust. The attorney was reportedly quoted as saying, "To date, I have not been furnished with a copy of a declaration of interest, nor have I had sight of same. Given that I am not the keeper of records with respect to the board of directors, it would not be within my purview to handle same nor confirm whether the trust is in receipt of a copy from the chairman. I am therefore not in a position to comment on the scope that said declaration covers." Antigua and Barbuda lifts state of emergency and curfew. The Antigua and Barbuda Parliament has approved the lifting of the state of emergency, or the SOE, and curfew that had been put in place since March of last year. But Prime Minister Gaston Brown told legislators that while the SOE and the curfew will be lifted on December 24th, the measures could be reversed if the need arises. And until such time that the needs may arise for the reinstitution of a state of emergency and a curfew. But opposition legislators contended that there was never a need for the SOE and curfew, which they claimed the government had put in place to restrict the freedom of nationals and curb disquiet about the government's policies. Opposition leader Jamali Pringle also used the opportunity to criticize the government over its vaccination policy and mandate, which he said negatively affected citizens. Pringle added that those affected workers are still trying to get their salaries for those months. In entertainment, the professor says she's still being cursed for inviting Vybz Kartel to deliver a university lecture. Culture and Development Specialist Professor Carolyn Cooper says up to this day, 10 years after she invited Vybz Kartel to deliver his Pretty Like a Coloring Book, My Life and My Art lecture to students at the University of the West Indies UWMona campus, she is still being vilified by many Jamaicans for her decision. Professor Cooper, who is the author of Soundclash, Jamaican Dancehall Culture at Large, made the revelation in an article in which she addressed several current affair topics, as well as objected to an assertion made by a commenter that she would be delighted if Vybz Kartel were to be conferred with the title of National Hero of Jamaica. Professor Cooper had earned the wrath of many Jamaicans in 2011 after she invited Cartel, whose given name is Adidja Palmer, to deliver a lecture at the UA after students who were enrolled in reggae poetry made the request. In business, Moderna says COVID booster appears to work against Omicron. Moderna said on Monday that a booster dose of its COVID-19 vaccine appeared to be protective against the fast-spreading Omicron variant in laboratory testing, and that the current version of the shot would continue to be its first line of defense against Omicron. Fred Katema reports for Reuters.
As countries tightened restrictions and markets globally sold off over the fast spread of Omicron, some welcome news on the effectiveness of booster shots. Moderna said Monday lab tests showed its COVID-19 booster shot appeared to be protective against the Omicron variant. Moderna's chief medical officer said it's so effective that it'll, in his words, protect people through the coming holiday period. The company said a 50 microgram booster dose increased neutralizing antibodies 37-fold against the Omicron variant. The data has not yet been peer-reviewed, but investors cheered the news, sending Moderna shares sharply higher in early trading Monday. U.S. regulators authorized Moderna's 50 microgram booster in October. Earlier this month, Pfizer and BioNTech said a 3-shot course of their vaccine also neutralized Omicron in a lab test.
Meanwhile, in sports, West Indies women to start World Cup against host New Zealand. West Indies women will play host New Zealand in the opening match of the 2022 ICC Women's Cricket World Cup, according to the full updated fixture. The two sides will kick off the tournament on March 4 at the Bay Oval in Tauranga. The first set of games will also see two massive rivalries take place at the center stage, with Australia taking on England at Seddon Park in Hamilton on March 5 and India facing Pakistan in Tauranga the following day. A total of 31 games will be played across 31 days, with the 8 teams clashing to get their hands on the coveted World Cup trophy. And that was the news, entertainment, and sports with Sean Garrity. Be sure to stay tuned to this station for more news from around the world, locally, and the Caribbean.
Vaccine, come for your vaccine. Now your back arching, the syringe gone in. Vaccine, I get a vaccine. Vaccine, I get a vaccine. Vaccine, come for your vaccine. Now your back arching, the syringe gone in. Vaccine.
Happy holidays, everyone. This is Lisa L. from the Caribbean Blend Radio Show. Thank you, as always, for tuning in the whole year. I had to keep your company, and you can certainly keep mine. We had a great time together. I want to wish you a happy, healthy, safe holiday season, and would love to see all of you next year, brand new year, 2022. Love always, right here on www.flexfm.online, Caribbean Blend with your girl Lisa L. Peace.
Hi, and happy holidays to you. This holiday, we're going to be flexing the flex way, which means we're going to be safe and secure, but we're still going to be kind to others. I'm Gabby Flex, and I have my show on Flex FM every Monday, 7 to 8, and every Wednesday from 6 to 8. But today I'm here to wish you not only a wonderful holiday season, but a safe holiday season, so that we can have you watching FlexFM.online every single day. Why not? Because Flex FM is the best FM. It's my FM, it's your FM, and you're going to tell a friend to tell a friend, so it's their FM too. Let's have a wonderful holiday season, the Flex way. Take care.
The following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a dance all New Year. Great tidings, Natty Jane bring you. Great tidings, Natty Jane bring you. Great tidings, Natty Jane bring you. And a dance all New Year. We skank and rock it to the rhythm. We rock and we rock the rhythm. We scrub and we rub and we do wise. And a happy dance. We bring you a Merry Christmas. We bring you a Merry Christmas. We bring you a Merry Christmas. Christmas. And a dance all New Year. You Christmas. And a dance all New Year.
A Merry Christmas, a prosperous New Year. I want to wish you guys all the best. You know, some of you, some of us rather, go through some serious struggles in 2020, 2021, 2022, hoping to, would it be even more of a struggle? Or we probably have it down pat now. Maybe now reality kicks in. And when I say reality kicks in, ladies and gentlemen, I do mean reality kicks in by what? By letting you know that this is the new norm. Yes, it is the new norm. Hey, but you know what? I actually start my show here today, and this is something that we have in the lobby all day, every day. And I'm telling you how people take this fruit thing serious, because if it's 12 o'clock now, this is what left. And there's like two, because we have a huge lobby. And when you come out the elevator, you know, this is something what greets you. So everybody and their mama when them pass, grab a fruit, which is good. It's something that we're encouraging here on FLEXX FM, ladies and gentlemen, for you to just grab a fruit. You know what I mean? When you grab a fruit a day, keep you healthy, man. And that's what we're promoting for 2022. Get used to the new norm, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people think that vaccine is the new norm. Hey, maybe it is. A lot of people think that you have all these things that we are seeing happening now in between then and now is, hey, trust me. Orange, apple, there was banana, there was grape, there was strawberries, there was those little round thing, what they call them, pomegranates, and they do have all these. It's very rich and healthy. It's a source of vitamins, ladies and gentlemen. So we're encouraging that. And every day I come here, starting 2022, ladies and gentlemen, I have a lunch tip for you. It's lunch with TC. Why not? Because I have some friends, you know, they love to cook, you know, especially the one, Utah Graham. Is a chef, you know. Yes, man, he's a chef, man, and he's a healthy chef too. Because him think them ever healthy. Now, we do have one of our staff member here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if you tell about the staff member, that guy, exceptionally different, because what that guy does is he made these juices, right? And those juices that he made, ladies and gentlemen, phenomenal juices, man. I mean, tell about those juices, for real. Yeah. So those kind of juices that he made, ladies and gentlemen, it's a kind of juice that it's more health juice, like the sea moss, the you know, the kiwi, the kiwa, the you know, all those things. That's what he made. And when he does that, ladies and gentlemen, it's something that we need every now and again, because too much of one thing not good enough. I mean, if I tell you, too much of one thing is not good. So what he does, ladies and gentlemen, He does it very well. And I have a drink like once a month. I get a bottle of you know what I mean, that some people call it fruit punch, some people call it fruit mix, some people call it the healthy drink. You know what I mean? And I like the one with green when mix up the whole heap. You know what? As a matter of fact, 2022, what I'm gonna do is to ensure that I have him here as a guest on my show. And I'm gonna make him bring in the blender with the mixes them. You know what I mean? And then when I'm bringing the blender with the mixes them, then we take it to a whole new level. Yes, man. So that's what's up for 2022, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2021 and we're riding out. It's only a few days leave to close the year out. And we want to close the year out on a good strive, good note. Because, to be honest with you, it's been a trying time for most people. Yes, it has been a trying time for most. And when I say for most, you have a beautiful Christmas tree, but there is no gift underneath the tree. Trying time. You can't, big Sunday, you have white rice, no peas. Trying times. You have your chicken where you like curry, you have it, you only have a brown stew it. No curry. Trying times. For real. I have friends who drive on just quarter tank of gas. It's not that they can't full the tank of gas. But you must remember, keep it quarter tank, keep the light and the water on. Trying times. I tell you, boy. But hey, again, it's the time that we're living in, ladies and gentlemen. And one thing I want you to realize, understand this. Do not wait an handout from your government. Because your government is only helping themselves. Trust me, that's what they're doing. They're only helping themselves. The government don't really help nobody, you know. They don't look thing you see them again, you know. They might pull it back somewhere, somehow, you know. For real. If you not, listen, if you don't believe me, don't file a tax 1 year and see what happens. You don't file taxes 1 year and you see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. That's just how it is. Trying times, as I said before. And I'll keep saying it. That's the kind of world that we're living in, man. Where it's a little bit difficult to get by, but we can get by if we show a little kindness at this time of the year. Yes. So, if your neighbor don't have something like this, and you have a basket full like this, what we're going to do for 2022 is take out a few, put in a little bag, and carry downstairs, or take it next door, and share with our neighbors. Your neighbors don't have a tree like this, no problem. You don't need a tree to have gifts. You don't need December 25th to present someone with a gift. A gift can be presented at any given time. Gift doesn't say, I am only exclusive to December 25th, birthdays, anniversary. No. I see people consistently, I go all out to give people these bouquet when people, listen, it's a funeral home. They make most of their money from the flowers, the flower shop. They make most money from funeral. Why me can't put a bunch of flowers here? Flowers are so, the time that we're living in now, you know, you can, it's just like you can call and order food and it get delivered. You can deliver flowers to, you know. But you don't have to wait till a special day. Just send some flowers to your loved ones, man. You haven't seen your father for a while. Hey, listen, make sure how serious it is. Somebody get a bunch of flowers, right? You know what happened? The person get the flowers and then all of a sudden, you hear say, I wonder who dead. For sure the stigma that goes with it. You know what I mean? I wonder if it's my birthday. Nobody does anything anymore just because or in spite of, you know. You have to have a reason. Why? Because society said so. So 2022, let's move away from the norm, ladies and gentlemen, and try to do something a little bit different. Because when you do something a little bit different, you will see the change that we make in society just by doing things outside the norm. Again, you have something like this, filled with fruits, share with your neighbors and your friend. It don't have to be a family, you know. No, man. Doesn't have to be a family, man. Listen, you have a card like this. All right, you see these? we leave these out in the lobby, ladies and gentlemen, and we leave them out in the green room here, because I'm actually in a green room here at FLEXX FM. And this is our green room where when the guest comes, this is where they sit and they, have a drink or have a fruit, or they can take one of these. Now, this says happy holiday, ladies and gentlemen. And you'll be surprised what's in it. I tell you. And we have these in the lobby. We're not a multi-million dollar company, ladies and gentlemen. No. But we believe in giving back. Hence why we do what we do here at FLEXX FM Media Group. So we can just say to our friends, our family, our foes here, and this is not, if you come to FLEXX FM, then you'll know that this is not because it's the season why we do what we do. No. It's something straight throughout the year. It's what we do, for real. Because we practice what we preach, ladies and gentlemen. And we preach what we practice. So anything we talk about a gospel, trust me. Yes, man. And that's all it is. That's all it is. So don't feel like we're going to wait till December to give, or we're going to work hard January through November, and then when December now, everything we work hard for, we put it out back in our gifts. Because them gifts nowadays, the price on them gifts, man. Them gifts are serious, No, man. I mean, if you tell about these gifts, some serious gifts, man. Some people, don't ask somebody for no wish list anymore, You will go broke. Not even them nowadays kids, because these retailers and these persons, these manufacturers, when they're making these things, they make them so the kids them crave for them, and the prices for these gifts. The kids may ask for a simple iPhone, you know what a simple iPhone costs? The kids may ask for a simple Android. You know what a simple Android costs? The kids may ask if you have a gift card for buy something off a Nintendo or an Xbox game thing. You know how much that gift card you probably have to buy? If it's $25 for one of the gift card, you probably have to buy 4. Oh, you mean? And don't make a more than one kids too, And you can't buy one and don't get the other, because you're going to create animosity. So see how expensive this season can get. Hence why they see them do what they do in terms of trying to make sure that, all right, perfect example. A Disney movie come out in opposed to a regular blockbuster movie, right? And the Disney movies sell more tickets than the blockbuster. Guess what happened? Why? Because remember, you and I can just go to the movies by ourselves. But a kid can't go to the movie by himself. So the ticket price gone up 1.5. You as an adult, plus the half price ticket for the kid. You see how easy why that sell more than a blockbuster? Of course. And then sometimes you not just carry your kids, you carry the neighbor kids, you carry little cousin and little fried rice and chop suey. Yeah. So you carry everybody kids. So you find out, say you spend more money, go watch a Disney movie or Disney on Ice than a blockbuster movie. Oh yes. But that's how them people do them thing. That's how it work out, ladies and gentlemen. But again, as I said before at the beginning of this show, ladies and gentlemen, it is the season to give, as they say, but we should make it a lifestyle. Yes, that we consistently give. Yesterday I ran into a friend of mine that I knew from Florida here quite a while now, over 20 years now I know this guy. And from I see him I look puffy like him just week, and I say, boy, yeah, live the life. And him say, no man, me I'm more my father drop out. Yo, I know his dad very well. When I'm in DC working, his dad would come out and support the movements. TC where you play. Tell him and him come and bring to him big man friend them with him and things. So, and this is how short life is. Healthy guy. Here today, gone tomorrow. So why should I wait until December to give when I don't know if you're going to be around to receive? For real. So, with that being said, let us exercise this. Let's make this our lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen, giving. And remember, we could differentiate what giving is, because someone will misconstrue what giving is. Giving, you think that giving means I should take one of this and give you. Giving come in all sort of different form, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm doing right now is giving when it comes on to relating information to you. I'm giving you information. I'm giving you knowledge. Yeah, that's a form of giving. You know, it doesn't have to be a physical exchange, or it doesn't have to be a monetary no. It's giving, ladies and gentlemen. And it comes in different form. Just me saying I love you, ladies and gentlemen, and you feel different. It's me giving you that kind of feeling. And it's giving. Yeah. So giving comes in many different shapes, many different forms. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to kick this show off by giving you an intellectual rapper, which I am on the hunt and the search for. This kid right here. Crazy, crazy sick. When I say sick, I mean crazy sick. And I am giving you this because remember, this is where you heard it first. Right here on the only station that matters. FLEXX FM Media Group, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. Appear Shan, but the Shan them makes sense. Listen how this man tell you about life in a lyric that is so, it's not easy to catch. It's not a nursery rhyme either. Listen carefully, because this guy here thinks very deeply. So for you to understand and comprehend, you have to pay attention. If you miss it the first time, I may just play it a second. As a matter of fact, I'll just play it 2 times because I'm in the mood of giving. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. Crazy. I don't even know the name of the artist, but the song bad. Roll the dice on this.
I've got this information, it pertains multiplication, maybe racial in relation to life and its formation, germination, propagation of form, generation, observation of creation and worldwide population. You're my explanation without no accusations. These are not no allegations, no mischievous perpetrations. This is my interpretation with self-explanation, telling me that this award is in need of some sanitation. Without no hesitation, it gives me the indication I must use my meditation along with my dedication. Of course, my education along with determination to acquire my aspirations and fulfill my destination. Here's my situation. Without no preservation, we need unity, peace, equality, and some liberation. Can't stand the separation, segregation, isolation, devastation, deviation of these denominations. So on this occasion, it's surely my obligation to carry out the operation and to make my delegation. Report my commentation with this rap orientation. As you know, everyone has a way of getting to salvation. I need this information to get worldwide publication in the TV, video, cable, papers, and the radio station. So you catch my penetration, feel my new vibration, admire my sensation, relate to my frustration. I need this information to persuade across the nation. To the Asians, the Malaysians, and even the Caucasians, the Chinese and Koreans, to the Jordans, Jamaicans, Canadians, Jamaicans, and all United Nations. Life is on probation, superior imitation, ain't no lack of socialize with your social association. Your results be temptation, molestation, perpetration, termination of these world violations. Further observation, which are not no speculation, critical discrimination in your daily tribulation, facial presentation, desecration, suffocation, suffocation, and still with some terms to add sophistication. No gesticulation, you can hear my designation in my further illustration.
No, sir. When I say sick, I mean sick. When I say psychotic, I mean psychotic. Hey, hold on. I never catch some of the line because this brother rhyme is just so on time. Let me do it back one more time for you, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out, man. Mad.
I've got this information, it pertains multiplication, maybe racial in relation to life and its formation, germination, propagation of form, generation, observation of creation and worldwide population. You're my explanation without no accusations. These are not no allegations, no mischievous perpetrations. This is my interpretation with self-explanation, telling me that this award is in need of some sanitation. Without no hesitation, it gives me the indication I must use my meditation along with my dedication. Of course, my education along with determination to acquire my aspirations and fulfill my destination. Here's my situation. Without no preservation, we need unity, peace, equality, and some liberation. Can't stand the separation, segregation, isolation, devastation, deviation of these denominations. So on this occasion, it's surely my obligation to carry out the operation and to make my delegation. Report my commentation with this rap orientation. As you know, everyone has a way of getting to salvation. I need this information to get worldwide publication in the TV, video, cable, papers, and the radio station. So you catch my penetration, feel my new vibration, admire my sensation, relate to my frustration. I need this information to persuade across the nation. nation, to the Asians, the Malaysians, and even the Caucasians, the Chinese and Koreans, to the Jordans, the Bacons, Canadians, Jamaicans, and all United Nations. Life is on probation, to dreary imitation, ain't no longer socialize with your social association. Your results be temptation, molestation, perpetration, termination of these world violations. Further observation, which is not no speculation, critical discrimination in your daily tribulation, facial presentation, desecration, suffocation, as to with some terms to add sophistication. No gesticulation, you can hear my designation in my further illustration. All
Yo, how bad, sir? How bad, sir? No. Wow. No, sir. Listen, it doesn't get any better than that, ladies and gentlemen. I just checked my sophistication and need to relation between this war violation and this discrimination between politics and religion. And yo, no, sir. Even if I tried, I want to get all those shen in those verses just like that. I think maybe I could. Who knows? For real. Maybe I could. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, all right, cool. So from the green room to the studio, and I'm telling you that, listen to me, my people, honestly. Talent like that has been shelved because you see him not have on the big gold chain and him not Ray, I'm not lay. But trust me, man, I don't know why is it them don't give people the opportunity, and it's the opportunity that causes us to be in the situation that we are in because of the lack of opportunity. And it is there. The opportunity is there. And people refuse because of fear, ladies and gentlemen. People refuse to give you the opportunity that you truly deserve because of fear. Fearing that you take the spot that they're in. Fearing that you take the lifestyle that they're living. That's the fear. That's the only fear. Why you're not getting the fear break, the fear sheer, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, because of fear. Yes. Now, with talent like that, we should hear more of. And I'm quite sure that kid must have a whole lot more up his sleeve. Believe me. Now, that's who I'd love to sit and talk to. And trust me, I'm going to put my journalism to work, because I have to have a sit down with that guy. Yes, man. I know probably a lot of people watching this, and probably some of the big guys, them have the means and the method of getting him, you know what I mean? And going after him and know how to use up the resources and find him. But trust me, I'll get to him, man. And it sounds like he's in Jamaica, coming out of Jamaica now. Why? Because the person behind the camera holding the phone, you can hear the accent, but nevertheless, don't use that and think of just Jamaica. I watch the background and everything. It could be somewhere here in Florida too. I might just have him Jamaican friends, you know what I mean? But the last person I heard in real life, in real time, spit like that, ladies and gentlemen. When I say spit, I not talk hard to spit. I talk about lyrically spit. You know what I mean? Was Shined. Lyrically bad like that on the body, you see? Here today, gone tomorrow, eh? Shined is still alive, ladies and gentlemen, but we're talking about him career, him music career. I heard he's somewhere in California. He's another person I'd like to have a sit down and talk with. And we're going to make that time for 2022, man. Trust and believe it. If it happened before 2022, that means it probably happen sometime next week. This week to next week. You know what I mean? But yes, youth bad. Youth bad like yours, man. And you can't take with greatness. It no matter what you try, how much money you spend. Some people will spend them last just to make sure say you don't make it to the next level, you know. Be careful, you know. Let's talk about some reality thing. We're going to recap the year in 2021, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we say 2019, we have been introduced to a pandemic that is take the world by storm. We have been introduced to a pandemic called COVID-19, ladies and gentlemen, the coronavirus. And we have seen where leaders of the world, pull up them socks and pull up them pants and them shoes and them stocking and, try to get an angle of this thing. And then some people who are not in the know was lost by it and use traditional method to see if them can corner or, as they would say in the political terms, flatten the curve. And meaning them not try to lessen the effect, the impact that it have on the world. And some persons, some groups who have an ulterior motive where this thing is concerned, meaning they are the one behind this thing, in my opinion, and they are going all out and them have the resources to make sure so them go all out because they are the one that are it's either they are in power or they know how to get to the person who is in power to make the decision on making certain thing mandate and making this thing be law and so forth. No, the resistance, such as, you know, other persons out there who decide to listen, this is my life, this is my body, and I am in control of this. Because it's so funny, for far too long, these world leaders tend to think that they make decisions for you. Like just the other day, a trucker, I don't know what happened, him brakes must give out and him crash and kill somebody, and them give him, what, 110 years in a prison. Who can give? Now we see the whole truck of them start to petition and riot about this thing, and I'm like that when people stand up for them one another. And I've been saying this for far too long. Listen, we need to stand up for each other, because if we continue giving them people here the leeway and make them feel like them can just knock something and take with the whole of your life, so for something where if I feed them son do, it would be a different judgment. No. No. Watch this show called Your Honor, and you see what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Me I beg you, if you have some time, it's a little series. I think it probably about 6 episodes. It's not a lot. So it's a short series, it's a limited series, and I don't remember if it's on Netflix or Amazon, but I wanted to watch it. I mean, I show you that's real life thing that happened, ladies and gentlemen. The person in the power doesn't necessarily use the power for the true ability that it is set there for to make sure that everything is checked and balanced. No, not even the person who we elect to sit in the seat as president and prime ministers, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes uses that power in the way that it should. And it just tell you that they're human beings, so they might go do this and do that, and they might go against what they're actually putting there for. And sometimes circumstances is going to take place where them have to bend it a little bit to their favor because of the situation that they're in. Not knowing now, so when you mandate these things, you have to remember, say, a same human being will have the same circumstances and situation like you did when you did Bennett. So if you could have Bennett for you, why if them Bennett for them, you're going to penalize them the wickedest way and make an example out of them? That, my friend, I say is wrong. For real. Because if it's good for the goose, it should be good for the gander. If it's good for you, it should be good for me. That's what equality is about. Listen, I am a kid who was brought up in a way, maybe an old traditional way, but it was a principle that if our youths today have that principle or can adapt that principle, what a wonderful world this will be. Imagine me can't pass my L and I say good morning or good evening. Me can't pass my L and not offer them help in assistance for carry a bag or something if me see them a struggle. No, then the youth nowadays me see them a smoke and the L pass and them a puff and a blow smoke all of the L face. What is? What kind of world this we have, and then who to blame? You can't blame them youth here. And who teach them that? Who taught them how to behave that way? Now must me and you them a role model, man. So we have to take responsibility of the product that we produce. And we produce a product, ladies and gentlemen, that's failing. For real. We bring up our youths to make them feel like say, Nike is the best shoes there ever is, and there's no other shoes. Gucci and Prada and Louis is the best bag and belt and dress there ever, and there will never be any. So them not want nothing else. I tell you this, one Christmas me a buy, so I'm not believe that this a holiday, you know. My daughter want an iPhone, you know. And it's not like we're not going to get the phone, you know. It's just that the places them we call around to get it, they are sold out, and she was so emotionally distraught. May I imagine if me the car go at the place where I was born, my home country, and we're going in a country and she don't have Wi-Fi access, people dead. I come like, what am I doing here? I hate. And should I tell her, say, it's the worst trip she ever got on. Why? Because we are carrying a Clarendon, or in a St. Thomas, or in the country, the family there, and them not have Wi-Fi access. She going to say the worst trip she ever got on, and she don't want to go back to Jamaica. For real. But if we grow them the way we grow how to appreciate things, then when them go to the country and appreciate the air and the naturalness and the river water and the fruits were freshly picked from the tree, then if they did have that kind of understanding, when them go there and them not see that, when them go to them say, Dad, what? You can't carry out the country. Because we grow them that way if they appreciate these things, and these are the things that definitely will make your life a little bit different. So sometimes we have to move away from the big screen Them my kids don't believe in that day. That a torture. For real. Me teach my kids them how to change car tire. A man see me one day, I met my daughter them change car tire and say me is a wicked man. And I say, yeah, now all the while this man I got dead around, you know. So I want when she not there around, you will call me wicked, now I got extort her and say, yo, give me 10 grand for change the tire for you know. Because you know the mechanic can stay already too, you know. You go there and there's an oil change you need, you know, and them tell us, boy, all the battery dead and beat things. And nothing wrong with the battery, you know, but you them and the mechanic, you know. And they make start you wicked, you know. And take, and you gone in your pocket now and say, boy, a good thing me carry the car in because I never know it want plugs and I ain't no one nothing, you know. But through them say you're a woman, I saw them deal with the situation. But through me know mankind stay, me just have to teach them certain things to look out for. Me not tell them to go change car tire, but if a man stop for help you and him now do the right thing, you can't stop him yourself and say, no, that no go this so, you know. I this or that for go. Yes. So you know, you just like a lamb to the slaughter now. Him put on the sitting wrong, 2 lug missing, and you jump in there and drive. Car run off, you run off, car crash, you're dead. No. So as we as parents now for try to stay above these things with our kids them now. No, hey, listen, none of my kids them can slam door in my house and in a face, you know. Our vice race over mine or them something there, you know. Or me a talk to you and you walk off, you know. I'd pay that me say I go on now. So guess what me now? We know as parents now just kiss with teeth and look the other way. You're mad in our house. Not where I brought up. I would have want to laugh and can't laugh because I peer gum. My father lick out all 32 teeth out of my mouth. Talk back. Who does that? I can't stand up in a conversation with my parents and them friends and have conversation. I can't even slug in the midst of that. I have to know better to take on myself because this is adult conversation. You know what I mean? But them your kids nowadays all have input in your adult conversation. And you there as a parent now say, yo, take away yourself from yourself, man. You know, see big man and big woman at talk. Because you are look validation from your kids. When I seek validation from the kids, so guess what end up happening? That shit end up happening nowhere. Because you look to them for validation as a big woman and a big man. Now them feel like a them are the man or them are the woman. And them feel to know what is best for you. Yo, you do that when me reach senior citizenship, yeah, man. And I can't walk on them thing. Then you tell me, say, Dad, I don't think you can drive and hold on the key. Because I'm not strong enough to grab you and take my key from you. So yeah, you have to understand the timing. You know what I mean? For real. But with that being said though, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you this much, that again, I was brought up in a time where all these principles and morals, I have to have them intact. And properly intact too. I have to respect my people and my neighbor them and see them and good morning and good evening. And treat them like I'm a parents too. You know what I mean? That no debate no more. We have seen where the people we have elected and put in power and abuse we the people in such a way that we just sit down and not take it. The people must say no more. May I watch a thing unfold before my eyes, ladies and gentlemen. And the reason why I say I am watching it because I make sure I watch every news clippings, read every newspaper there is. I do all of that, all the above I do. And the reason why I do it, ladies and gentlemen, is to ensure that I am up on time, I'm on time, I'm up to the time with everything that is going on. And that's what I do. Stay on top of all of that. Yes, man. So, with that being said, my family, 2022 is coming around. What is it that you have in mind? Are you going to still be sitting there? Are you going to still take the abuse? Are you going to still be battered? And are you going to still difficulty dealing with the kids them? Are you going to still be, don't know how you go tell your kids how to angle them chores or angle peer pressure or, you know what I mean, angle bullying. Sometimes bullying no angle by go tackle the bully, you know. It have to angle by you, take your son and your daughter and teach them how to deal with it. I mean, I talk about deal with it in a physical way, mentally. Because how I was brought up, ladies and gentlemen, I was brought up and I was taught how to deal with, we never call it bullying back home. We have a totally different name for it. And it's like, for us, it's like nicknames and them this and them that. But a guy not there push me still. And a guy can call with all kind of names they want to call us. But that we learn that that's your opinion. And you're entitled to your opinion. And we know who we are. So our parents brought us up in a way and teach us, let us know who we are. First thing I learned as a man, what my nationality is. So I know who I am. I learned that I am a man, and this is the duty of a man. And not because I am a man, I'm not supposed to wash, I'm not supposed to cook, I'm not supposed to clean. My brought up was totally different. I had to learn those stuff too. Because as a man, when you grow up, the other way that the society teach you that you gotta grow up, you gotta have a wife, have kids. Not such thing. You know much single people out there? You have single people out there with no kids, can't cook, can't wash, can't clean, because that's not the pattern they were following. That's not the blueprint that they got. Them get the blueprint, say, them wife are gonna come up and do all of that. Now them come up and not have a wife, or them find themselves a wife and she left for some reason, or you left for some reason, you left alone, where you gonna do? Fast food? Dry clean and so you close them? Come on, man. Seriously. You should be happy. It's a time where we live in a way you can get a washer and dryer. Some people have washer and dryer and still can't wash, you know. For real. It's a shame. Some people have washer and dryer and still can't wash. No, real talk. But nevertheless, as I said, to each his own. I know how I was brought up, and I exercise that, and I try to display that, lead by example with my kids them to follow, you know what I mean? For real. I know that in life, ladies and gentlemen, you as a man or as a woman, you know what you stand for. Everybody may see you different based on what occupation you have. Some people see policeman and think say every policeman is terrible. Every policeman kill people for this and that, and don't realize that that's not the case. For real. That is not the case. But again, let me say this. I know and you know that you just have to see people for who they are. And you have to treat people for who they are. And that's just how it is. That's just the way it is. It's no other way. And I remember once upon a time, artists used to have bad name. Yeah, every artist this, every artist that, and them show off, and them are gallus or manis, or every woman artist, if you do this, succeed, or like literally, if you make it in the business. You know what I mean? And that's not the case. So you have to see people for who they are. And in order for you to do that, you have to spend time with people. You can't just see people and label them and appear that some people still them like label people. I hate it. I never see something that I hate so much. People label people. Yo, coolie people this, black people that, and all them things that them just label people. You remember one time you used to grow and them used to say, oh, coolie people have white liver. You remember that something there? I used to hate a thing there, because when you get to know people now, you realize that's just a myth. For real. No, for real. It's like, me know people will love curry, and I just coolie alone love curry. Me know other people who are Negro and love curry. They might say, I have coolie in their family. Oh, come on, man. Some people need to lick some sense in my friends, them, you know. For real. But again, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to ensure that this coming year, we'll get to understand that we're not going back, we're going forward. Ends where we have to take a stand, because the people them in power for themselves, it's not for you and I. We understand that. Ends, ladies and gentlemen, the people them in power have a motive, and it doesn't include you and I. Reason why we have to be here for each other. We have to there for me, have there for all of my friends I'm online right now. Everyone I know online. Me not there for no politician, no religious man or woman. No. Only me there for. For real. Because every other person out there under them entity there have motives. And we realize it has separate us. I am trying to bring us back together in the most simplest form. For real. I am highlighting the issues that need to be discussed, and we'll come here and we'll discuss it 365 days a day, ladies and gentlemen. We're winding down the year. It's almost over. And we haven't seen nothing change since 2019 of November. Everything just ramp up and just a move and a shift around and this and that. You can't even catch the regular flu no more. There was a clipping. I should have shown you this clipping. A man going and play a train and no seat no there. All him do a sneeze. I ever seat on the side when they become available. As I show you. Once upon a time that wasn't even the case. For real. All him do is just sneeze. And every seat on the next side become available. And him just sit down and take off his mask and start go through him phone and I laugh. I mean, I should say, yo, we don't realize how we get caught up in some things like, boy, and everybody I think the same. 7 brothers, 7 different fingerprint. You should know that by now. Simply means 7 different way of thinking, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly. But it's that season where at least one time out of the year, some people try to be kind. They mean the rest of the time them. But at this time of the year, them try to be kind and try to go above and beyond. But kind of like the family member that love to outdo the other family member. And you just know it, so you play on that. You know what I mean? You know, you have an uncle go on like say, him and the man. And if your auntie buy you a car, him want to buy you something bigger. You just go on outplay. Because you know this Christmas, why? Uncle TC are going to go on extra, you know, so. And you know you have them one, right? So you just work with it as a kid. Hey, listen, I was a little smarty growing up, you know. A smart kid, you know. And the reason for that is, it all boils down to being observant. You just watch your surroundings. Don't talk too much. Just listen. Just watch them. Just watch them, man, and see who is what. I used to have an auntie, and she's a strict aunt. She's a strict aunt. That's my mom's sister. And I tell you, so when we are left in her care for the day, you know, man. Remember, I tell you, it's like a boot camp today, you know. For real, you know. And so we have an uncle now where anything goes. So don't give us the option of who we want to stay with, you know, because we have to choose uncle. But auntie, you know, make sure so we have a dentist appointment, with doctor appointment, eye appointment. We here have to groom up. So while we line up and go barber. And that's an auntie. And we have to make sure, say, if you use a plate, you wash that immediately. But that's how my aunt, them grew up in them kind of style. So I eat them instilling us, you know what I mean? So when them instill those kind of morals and principles in me and my siblings, we couldn't grow up no other way. No, we couldn't. And I'm not saying that my siblings and I are perfect, you know. We are human beings and we make mistakes. God knows we make mistakes. But we as the Browns don't see it as mistake, ladies and gentlemen. We see them as stepping stone. For real. We don't call them mistakes. So we don't do things like the normal person does. For real. We just see them as stepping stone. We say, alright, so we can't do it this way because it never worked out. Let's try it this way. Yeah. And hence why I must say proudly that my siblings and, you know what I mean, them not dead for hungry. Let's put it that way. Them not dead for hungry. For real. Them not worse off than nobody else. I will put it that way. Not in a braggadocious way, but I'll put it that way. Them good. For real. And anybody who not good because they choose not to. So we realize and we know that. And these are things that we understand. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special guest coming up. And when I say a special guest, I do mean I have to put special to this person's name. I'm going to reveal that name in less than a minute, but I want you to stick and stay with me when we present you with our special guest coming up in 2 minutes. For real. Ladies and gentlemen, this young lady needs no introduction. When she arrives, right here, will blow your mind with not just her soothing vocal, but just the personality of the individual. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with me. Empress Unique. You hear the name? Empress Unique. And every Empress unique, you know. But this Empress is unique. Trust and believe that. We'll be speaking with her right after the break, right here on Lunch with TC, The Naked Truth, ladies and gentlemen. Stick and stay with me. We'll be right back.
Playing with bombs like kids play with toys. 1 December, our hearts will see a world
Sellers, buyers, homeowners, everyone. The Barrett Group is here to get you the home you need. Selling a home or property? The Barrett Group can be reached at 954-306-8607 to find out how much your home is worth. Buyers, interest rates are at an all-time low. The Barrett Group, 954-306-8607, located at 4977 North State Road 7, Tamarack, Florida. The Barrett Group, South Florida's real estate providers. Thanks, Barrett Group, for your kind sponsorship of this radio station.
Hi, I'm Trisha with FLEXX FM Media Group, and on behalf of the entire FLEXX FM family, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a happy holiday season and a prosperous new year. Please remember, drink responsibly, and always tune into www.flexfm.online. That's FLEXXFM.online. Have a great holiday season. Thank you.
Happy holidays from Christine's Closet. I want to wish everybody a prosperous, safe, but most importantly, blessed holiday season this year. We've been through a lot these past 2 years, and I'm looking forward to enjoying myself and my family, as well as yours, here on FLEXX FM. Join me every Thursday evening from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. live on FlexFM.online. See you soon.
FLEXX greetings, everyone. It's good to be here on top of the earth and not beneath the earth. I want to reach out to all our viewers and subscribers and telling you guys thanks for a great 2021 despite the odds with COVID and every other challenges that comes with it. Will be religiously challenged or politically challenged. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten through this together. Simply mean champions adjust. I want to thank you all for the support, the love that you gave us here at FLEXX FM Media Group, and I want you to continue giving us that love and support throughout the rest of 2021 into 2022. I am here to say to you guys, it's still crazy out there. I want you to be safe and need for you to be here 2022 with us. So with that being said, keep tagging and sharing FLEXX FM Media Group with the world. Because trust me, it's FLEXX FM, my FM, your FM. Call a friend and tell a friend. It can be their FM too. Why not? Let's stay flexing for 2022. A word from the captain.
Family, just want to say happy holidays to all my FLEXX FM family members, yo. To everyone who's always logged in the FLEXX FM, happy holidays to you and yours. Yo, please be safe. Please always have a designated driver. You know, Christmas season still is when crazy stuff happening, and we don't want that, all right? I want y'all to forward into 2022 with positive energy. We have a new look on life because we're going to really step up this thing. We're going to really step up this thing what we call being goal-getters individually. Oh, go get it, right? So 2022, I want you to continue to ride out with the FLEXX FM family. You already know Flex FM is the best FM. It's your FM, it's my FM. We're always here to educate, empower, and entertain the world. So again, happy holidays from Flex FM, from Nikki Blaze, from everyone around the world. Yeah, one love we say.
Hi everyone, listening to the sound of my voice. This is Nigel, aka BMG. On behalf of myself, my family, and the FLEXX family, I want to wish everyone a happy, healthy, and a safe holiday season. And remember, FlexFM.online is the place to be. Happy holiday, everyone.
Here's my story that's never been told. I'm no longer a child, I'm grown old. Looking out of the window at so many lost souls, wondering what's their story. And if it's ever been told, listening to people that don't really know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Of course, I was actually looking at my Facebook remarks to my friends. Janice Earl, well, go on, Miss Pretty J. So you have your favorite artist inside the building. I guess you already know, right? Kodjo, mad love and respect, Kodjo. I have your favorite. Hey, listen, the whole Empress Unique fans are actually locked in, you know. For Empress, I think that probably you have shared the link and said, hey, I'll be here with TC
I
on Lunch
always
with TC.
share. Yeah, I always share. I'm a sharing person.
Sure, I like that. It's not because it's December, ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
why she shares.
Right.
She shares 365 days of the year. Empress Unique, welcome.
Hello, my
Lunch with
little
TC.
brother.
Of course, for real. You see how she look like the little one? She aged gracefully. I tell her, boy, for real.
Oh, wow.
It's a pleasure to have you here sitting in the guest chair for the last run of 2021. Tell me a little bit about this, because I know as an artist, it's been a trying time for most artists, especially this time of the year with the whole pandemic and the arenas are closed down, studios are limited in terms of how many persons can come in, the workflow and so forth. How does that affect you, the artist?
The first thing I'm going to say is thank you and your staff for having me. The second thing is, you guys remember, popped up in my memory, I was here Boxing Day last year, so I count this a grand blessing.
For real, look at that.
Because it wasn't planned.
We had you 2020 for more than just Boxing Day. I think we had
and then you had me for Independence.
Independence,
and then I came for Box. And then I looked over there, I said, well, what's going on? It's December again, but this time it's on the 21st.
Right.
Last year it was the 26th.
Look at that.
I don't even think you noticed that.
I didn't even notice that. Look at that.
See, that's how the Father works.
For real. You see that?
Yeah.
All right. But you know
we
what?
have to trust and believe.
Great is great, and you can't go wrong great. And I tell you that in my book, there is this video I have personally. It probably about 10 minutes long. You did a Mother's Day show.
Yes.
It was an awesome show. I think that should be like a file that you send to every state, every country, every promoter promoting that. Because the work, it just shows how much you put into what you do, and you don't shortchange, you don't shortcut it or anything.
Never. I couldn't care if it's 5 in the audience.
Man.
If it's just you and I sitting here, you're gonna get the same.
I love that though.
Because I will be shortchanging myself.
At what age you take on the likings of singing?
8.
8?
8 years old.
Very tender.
Yeah.
So at 8 you decide,
I didn't
that
decide
you have
anything.
the voice?
I didn't
You
decide. I didn't know.
So who made a decision for you?
I'm gonna tell you, Miss Myers. I'll never forget her name.
Is that a teacher?
She's a teacher, a music teacher. PS 134, Hollis, Queens, New York.
Damn, all this time I'm here thinking you were born and raised in Jamaica.
No, sir.
You know what I mean? I think so, though. It's a PS1.
Woo! PS 134.
134. That's in New York.
In New York, Hollis, Queens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember living in New York.
I'm a Hollis girl.
PS,
yeah, PS 134. Yeah. So I attended PS 134, and I joined the Glee Club.
Oh.
They chose me to join the Glee Club. I didn't know why. And this lady just took a set on me.
She saw us or heard something.
And I think,
that
as I grew and matured and got older, I'm like, oh, so she really did like me. I just thought she was punishing me.
Oh.
Yeah, I used to
You
have
thought
to
she was
come
picking
to
on you?
I had to come to school when I'm looking out the window where her classroom was. You could see the playground. And I'm looking at the kids jumping double dutch and they playing early in the morning, and I'm up in her room and her closet blowing a harmonica and saying, ah, me, me, my, mo, moo. And I'm like, and she's sitting at her desk just drinking her coffee and yeah. So
Wow.
I'm like, I thought it was a punishment, but I didn't know.
She saw something in you.
And if that lady is still alive, I thank her. And then the pattern followed. When I went into middle school, I went to junior high school, 192.
Oh.
Yeah, and then I had two music teachers then, Miss Frazier and Miss Gainey. Can you believe I remember these people's names?
You're a little genius. You're one of those little genius where you don't forget. You see, you are the kind of girl growing up that you don't want to do something bad to, because then you won't forget.
You don't, but what in my life, I don't forget great people. There's some people that comes in your life and they're not there only for a season. Some come for a season.
True.
Some are rooted into your life.
True.
And these people were rooted because no matter how old I get, I'm 50 plus, and I still remember from 8 years old, I remember the name of these people.
You don't look 50 plus.
I am.
For real.
Yeah.
I tell you, age graceful.
Thank
man.
you.
For real.
But,
and you still have these people locked in.
Yeah, I still remember Miss Gainey, Miss Frazier. Miss Frazier was the mean one. Miss Gainey was very nice. Miss Gainey was very, it's like the good and bad cop. Now that I'm an adult and look at it, Miss Gainey was the one you always wanted to go to her room. But Miss Frazier always dragged you over to her room. So I'll never forget the day we were doing a song. And I'm going to tell you what it was.
Yes.
I think it was when We Are the World came out or something like that.
Okay.
But it was a group song, a song with groups. And she chose people to sing their parts. I wasn't that experienced with no singing. I just started in 134. So here we go. And she picked me out and she said, sit up on the edge of the chair. The posture. You have to be off of the diaphragm.
Yeah.
So I was taught that it's strengthened and how to get the right sound and a round sound. And I was trying to be flip and I sat back and she told me to sing and I'm singing from in here.
Yeah.
And that lady took the eraser and sailed it straight and it hit me right in the forehead. I was so embarrassed. I was so mad.
Man.
But that taught me a lesson. I always knew the posture.
Yes.
And I know that I had to sing from here. Don't you ever, she always tell me, never.
Sing from here.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that congestion in my room. And I was like, oh, I was trying to do Michael Jackson. So that taught me at that time that I need to have my own sound because I thought I was sounding like Michael Jackson. Like when you're down and out, there's no hope at all. And that's what I was doing. And she...
Get the erase up of that. Erase that. Okay?
And it did erase because from that day until today, it doesn't matter whose song I sing.
You're singing from here.
I sing from here and I made it my own.
Okay.
That's a lesson. So you have to learn. It's lessons we learn as we go.
As you go.
In life.
I see that you have gotten a lot of grooming from coming up through the school process. So you have those classmates of yours must have been your first crowd that you have.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm gonna tell you, I have a friend that we sang together in middle school, and his name is Raheem.
Raheem.
And Prince Raheem he's a rapper, and I don't know if you remember this rap song. What is it? Shake your money, honey, something like that. He is if you Google him, you'll find
Prince
him.
Raheem.
Yeah, but Raheem and I, we did the talent show. Is it Make Your Money Honey? I think it's Make Your Money Honey, something like that. But he has quite a few songs. But we did a talent show, and I remember we did this duet, and honey, we won. And we got like $50. We thought that was a lot of money. We split it between the both. And even as adults now, I still follow him and we keep in touch. And I'm like, we really need to do that song. We really need to redo that song. But it's great to see that. Yeah. And I had another friend was a dancer, and he also sang Billy. And he reached out to me on Facebook because they see that I'm still in the music, and they're still, right. He has his own dance school, which I'm so proud of. So you're right. Some of these people grow with you.
Okay, but you know, the funniest thing is like seeing you and hearing you, and you're one of the women here in South Florida that measure up to, you know, the legends in the business, and you know, you could be on a stage with them, and you know, it's the level.
You know why it can be that? It's one thing I was taught very long. When you're competitive, you have a problem. I'm not a competitive person.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Especially in certain business.
Yeah, because you lose focus on what you're doing because you're thinking so hard on how to beat that other person, but you're only competing with yourself.
Okay.
So it never bothered me. I don't care if you want to put me first, you want to put me in the middle, you want to put me last. I don't care who is on the stage. I'm going to come and represent Empress Unique. That's my job.
The name.
Yeah.
How were you blessed with such a unique name? Literally.
Fan base.
The fan base.
And this go back years and years and years. I'm going to tell you, I think it was when Mike first started his radio station.
Yes.
So, you know, this was a long time ago. And it was a group of people that I don't know, they gave me the name Unique. And the Empress was added on to it after. Yeah, so I changed the spelling of it years later because it was too common.
Is UNEEK.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a regular Unique.
No, it was too common. I'm not a common girl.
But that is good though.
Yeah.
And that was very unique.
Yeah.
I must say. So you have gotten the name from my good friend Mikey. And,
no, it's not really from him. It was a clique. It was a lot of people that used to follow him, and everybody always say, "You just so different. You so unique. You just one of a." And the unique was just given to me. You should call yourself, because I was singing with a band then, but that's how I got the name, because I started singing, and what was my name going to be? You know, I didn't know anything about this stuff here.
And you have a lot of Empress artists.
It's a lot of,
for real. So you have to put a little twist.
Because I'm even thinking now, maybe I should take the Empress and just make it the Unstoppable Unique, or you know, something, because I think I'm at the point in my life where I just feel like I've been through so much.
I'm looking at you, and the Empress Unique, it's a signature.
Okay, so I'm not going to touch it.
It's a signature.
Not going to touch
Trust
it.
me.
All right.
And it's such a signature that's, you know, even if I go to Jamaica and I'm talking about an artist, like I'd say, you know, you have a female artist of Florida with bad, and she named Empress Unique. You know, just looking at your picture, one would say, yes.
Yeah,
this is
but I had the experience when the first show I did in Jamaica, it almost literally put me in tears, because the host, when he had the list with the name, and when I came up, he was like, "Are you name Empress Unique?" And I was like, "Oh," because mind you, I'm nervous because this was Jamaica.
Oh yeah.
And my first time performing in Jamaica, and the nerves was everywhere. The palm was sweating, and I'm just figured like, "Oh my God, these people, what are they gonna do with me?" And when I got to the side of the stage, and he was like, "Are you near Empress Unique?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he knew who I was because he's been following me and listening to me. And I was like, it kind of gave me a,
He's a awesome
yeah, because I'm like, okay, I guess I could do this now. Because you got to understand, I had Nadine Sutherland, and I had Lukey D, and a lot of them. It wasn't a big, so I'm like,
that's the big league.
Who is this girl, Empress Unique, gonna come out here now? These are these people stomping ground.
No, that name will measure up with just about anybody, man. If you said Marcia Griffiths, if you said you know, Cynthia Slash, if you said Empress Unique, it just blend right in.
Yeah, well, I give thanks for that.
For real.
I give thanks for that.
No, you know, you could have chosen any genre to be your you know, comfort zone genre. Why you choose reggae?
I wouldn't say I chose reggae. I do all genre of music. I got to favor reggae some because growing up as a child, I was never exposed to reggae.
What?
Hmm.
So you captivate this so because
When I went out on my own, I went out, and I got to meet, because my brother, my oldest, may his soul rest in peace. Squeeze Eye was, he had a lot of friends. So when I went out there, I got the utmost respect because it's his Squeeze Eye little sister.
Right.
But all his friends were Jamaican.
Oh.
In my mom's house, we never listened to reggae. Never. We knew the Gladys, we knew the Dionne Warwick, we knew the Temptations, Gregory Abbott. I never heard of Bob Marley. I never heard of Gregory Isaac. I never heard of John Holt. Nothing that said reggae played in my mother's house while I was there. So upon leaving from there and got out now and amongst my brother and his friends, and we was in, it's like, in New York, we got like the restaurant and club and bar in one. So I was in there one day having lunch, and they had a jukebox in the corner, and a guy came in and put some money in, and I heard do. I'm like,
the bass line.
So I'm sitting there and it's going, because I love dancing and I always dance, and I'm like, and I'm checking, I'm like, oh, what is that? Got to find out. That's what got me, and I'm like, oh my God. And you didn't have to do too much on it. It just made you feel like, you all that. Like, it just gave you that good feeling. And I started inquiring, like, I wanted to hear more. So that was my hangout spot.
Oh, so that's
I went to that jukebox almost every day.
Wow. So it's like a Caribbean spot.
Yes. Okay. On Merrick Boulevard, yes.
I remember Merrick Boulevard. My mom used to live on Merrick Boulevard.
Right next to the cab stand, Warren's cab stand, because Warren was my brother's good friend.
Oh.
So that was my hangout spot from there on. I don't know if you remember Wolfman and all of them from back.
Yes.
Well, I was hanging with them then. Yeah.
So the ends. Why? Because you're hanging with those guys now that from a popular sound system back home and then migrate here.
So then now I start going to parties. Who the heck told them to bring me to a party? First time to a party, what I knew. Reggae music the whole night, like I was losing my mind. We came out, in New York, you coming out at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, sun is shining. And after that, I just got addicted to reggae music, I would say.
Man, it becomes your genre of choice right now. But I'll tell you this, you hold that so perfect. It's like every time I hear a song, I have a couple of favorite songs. I don't have one song from your catalog, which is a favorite, and I have a couple.
Okay.
And it's because of how it's done.
The delivery.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I'm a critique when it comes on to music. I can listen to a music one time and say, the music is going to last 2 months, or it's going to last 3 months. And Empress Unique, I'm going to tell you the truth. Most of them I'm correct. For real.
Well, you've been in this thing a long time,
What I like about your style, it's timeless.
Well,
you can come out 2 years ago, you can come out now, and it still have the impact. It doesn't have anything like with the feel. And most people would say it's the genre. It's not necessarily the genre.
It's not really the genre.
How it's done.
Exactly, because what I try to create music for everyone, not just for this time or yestertime. I also have a few people in the industry that I sit and I observe. I've observed for years. And I'm like, okay, it makes sense, because when you're listening to their material, it's everlasting. You never get tired of hearing it. And you could play it at any time.
Anytime. It's timeless.
Yeah. I could play it in the house. My children, they were born in America. And if you put on a Barris, they got the groove. You put on D Brown, they got the groove. It's certain because they grew up hearing that. And I could play it around them because I didn't have to turn it off or say you got to go to another room or we can't play it in the house. So that's the kind of music I have to make.
True that.
If you're home and you feel like turn on your sound system, you shouldn't have to be like, mute that, change that, or you shouldn't. No.
Man, I'm one of your biggest fan, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you.
If you notice
Kudjo, he got you beat.
For real. I'm ahead of Kudjo, man. Trust me. And it was good to see you guys in Orlando the other day. You doing your thing and so forth. And it just, I'm telling you, the fact that you're so humble, I'm saying to myself, I wonder if that's a blessing and a curse.
It is both.
You know what I mean?
It's both.
Because when you're aggressive you make people, sometimes it can be good, it can be bad. You know, it turns some people off, and then the route that you took a route that you stand out. You know, nobody out there can call up your name, say, boy, I should do this to get this player. You know what I mean? You stand out different. And hence probably why we don't see you on a lot of those shows, because you stand for who you are.
Yes, sir.
As a female artist in the business. Because trust me, back home in Jamaica, female artists get beaten bad. And I'm quite sure it's the same
I've heard
thing
the stories.
here.
Yeah.
It's the same
I've
thing
had
here.
some experience.
There's female artists here that I'll never see on those big shows that
and
come
very
up.
talented.
You know what?
Very talented.
And I've yet to see them making the headline at a Best of the Best or one of those reggae festival at them. And I'm keep saying to myself, why? And trust me, every time I'm here with a promoter for those shows, I ask the question, what is it that you guys have against female artists
and
here?
What's the answer you get?
Booking? Why they might charge too much money? And I beg to differ that. I don't think that's the truth.
Here's my thing. With a lot of, not all, you have some very good ones. And what I've learned as a female in the business, and I'm here to keep it real with you.
Yes.
Sometimes it's either you lay or you pay.
You lay or you pay.
Yeah. And that avenue.
Yes.
Is a one-way street, and I ain't going that way.
And one have to respect that too, for real.
You know, so yeah, you're not gonna see me in a lot of things because I've been labeled also as being cocky, and I think I'm all of that. I am all that because God created this.
Love that. That's confident, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people they misconstrue that for cockiness.
Yeah, I'm not cocky.
You know what I mean?
I'm not better than you or no one else. I love people. I could kick off my shoes and sit right down there with you, and we're gonna chill. If that's where we gotta sit and do the interview, that's what we're gonna do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But because I go out and I respect myself a certain way, I conduct myself a certain way, I carry myself a certain way, and that's always been.
Of course, you have to.
I can't do no different. Exactly. So I've been criticized. They had this song that said, yes, I've been talked about. Yeah, I've been criticized. Had to wipe many tears from my eyes. But I'm still holding on. I'm right here.
Listen, man.
See what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, man, you mash up my shoe and be you do to me. You hear them vocal, you hear those vocal, you hear those pipes? Yo, and that's that's natural right here, for real. That's why I said she's very unique, man.
Yeah,
Empress unique.
That's what it's about, you know what I'm saying? I've took a lot of licking. I have a girlfriend, I call her my praying sister, Tanya. And this chick, we used to party and club together, and she went on over to the other side. She said she want to change her life and do her thing. And I give thanks for her because somebody always praying for me. Somebody always have my back, and we still sisters.
Yes.
Right? Then I have my other sister that she's still out in the street, and she's a chick that would tell me, you Empress Unique. You don't need to fight with nobody. Give me a call, and I'm going to handle that. That's Lady Shanae.
I like that.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, then I have my little humble Lucette, which that's my backup singer. She got my back all the way through music.
Oh,
you know, I have another sister, Fire, Nikki Fire. She's also my vocal backup singer for years.
Right.
She was my first backup singer years back, and right back again today. And things came in between, but it didn't keep us apart.
Right. Real recognize real.
Real recognize
Yes.
real. So it comes back together and the journey continues.
Yes.
But she has me either way. And you have to have people like those around you because I've took so much beatings. I've took so much criticism. And I've been accused of things I don't even know about.
Right.
You know, sometimes I'm home and I get calls and I'm like, I get to the point where I tell people now, like, yo, Empress Unique don't even have to leave home to know what's going on.
For real. Your phone and somebody to keep you in the loop.
But the good news don't travel as fast as the bad news, though.
Oh, no. No, it doesn't.
Okay.
The bad news travels so quicker.
Listen,
man.
This industry is tough. I've had DJs that reached out to me. I'm gonna give you a scenario, and I'm not gonna call the person name, but if they're
Alright.
watching, they know who they are.
And if it's something that's familiar, I may know who they are too. You know what I mean?
Now everybody has Facebook and Messenger, and people reach out to you all different way. How I handle my Messenger, if it's business, if you say hello, I am gonna respond to you hello, because I don't know where you're coming from or what you're coming for.
Yes.
I'm a musician. So if I say hello and your response to me is not I'm interested in your music or something, that's where it stops.
Right.
Okay, not that, hey, I'm about to go take a shower, you want to shower with me. I get those and all this other foolishness.
What?
But I've had DJs that reached out to me. Some of them is grand. I thank you guys that have and follow through. Had DJs that reach out to me, and my same fellow artists that's living right here in this little Fort Lauderdale circle.
Yes.
And we all doing the same thing. Work with a lot of them. DJ reach out, ask me, mind you, I didn't reach out to the DJ. I don't go on here and reach out and calling DJs and trying to get a hookup and ask for music. So my husband usually send out music, you know, he'll send you
Yes,
stuff
right,
and
because
whatever.
I'm gonna get it from his email.
Right, exactly.
Right.
That's not my thing. My thing is to go in the studio and record music. So
Right.
my manager does his thing, my husband does his thing, my vocalists, they do their thing. So we have a little team,
Right,
which is
nice.
grand. But when you have a DJ reach out to you, and then you send them music, and then later on you hear that, oh, such and such say, me no want to deal with you, because you're not easy somebody to deal with, Dan. Guess what? Let's cut the deal right here.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're gonna take what somebody told you, you didn't give yourself the opportunity to get to know who
right.
I am. But because that person is so, I guess, intimidated.
Right.
And intimidated by who?
By your person.
By themselves, but
Oh.
not by me.
Not by your personality.
Because I'm not in the competition. You remember what I told you earlier?
Yes.
When you feel like you're intimidated and you got to be striving against someone, it's you.
True.
Because there's no competition for me. I could work with anyone. I just desire you respect me, and I'm going to respect you, and we're going to get the job done.
Why do people have a problem with persons who actually
Listen.
respect themselves and listen and said for themselves, listen, this is my worth and I'm going to stick to it. Why people have a problem with that?
Because they feel that, I guess, if this person should get your music, you might run a little further than them, I guess. As for me, it don't make a difference. People has reached out to me, and you know people, you know, and you have any other vote, and I'll tell them who, and you know, you could go on YouTube and give them names and so on and so on. If they do it, they do it. If I have their music, Marlon will sell their music over, because Marlon have just about every South Florida artist music. He has his time where he played nothing but South Florida. He used to go live and doing it. He here in Atlanta, and he plays them. Sometimes I'm like, am I in the lineup? Because I hear so much of their music in rotation.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, babe, I didn't hear mine play that much. But you know, but that's who he is. Not because he's my husband, he's gonna play me more than anybody else. He put everybody in rotation.
Which is good.
And that's how I am. But I have colleagues, if that's what you call them. They try to paint a picture. I'm cocky. People don't want to deal with me. I have one of your colleagues, which is a grand person. I think everybody love him. Before he met me, he got the negative end of.
He thought that you were.
Not that he thought. He didn't know me, and I didn't know him. But what was fed to him about Empress Unique, if he was a small-minded person, and didn't come to Unique and greet Unique when he saw Unique at VP, and I didn't know who he was. But he came and he greeted me, and I love him. Him and I developed this relationship. It's a sister-brother relationship, and he don't even know what just that little gesture, him closing that off and getting to know me for himself, it made our relationship grand.
I know. I always tell people this, Empress Unique, that I met you. I started off with 100, for real. No matter what nobody want to say, nobody can tell me, say, don't play her song because she this and she that, or she's not the right person. Or I'll call you and say, Empress, you're available for this date. Or if somebody call me, I say, hold on, I know the perfect person.
And you have, yeah.
And I'll call you, and if you're available, you are available. If you're not, you're just not. And I'll be the middleman with that. Any other thing, I'll say, I'll see a shoe on the table, and I'm saying, But you know, an event like this, Empress Unique would have killed it. And you have other female artists here that kill it too, but it's like some blackball thing go on where
Yes,
it's just
big
keeping
time,
the female
big
them
time.
out of the business in such a way like what? Them not spending money for produce them song too. Them not need back some compensation too. Them not need the stage present too. You know what I mean? What is it that one has to do to what more do Empress Unique need to do to prove to that they are competent to be on
Well, you know,
your show?
sometime I'm not going to blame the producers all the time. What I blame the producers for is listen to these small-minded people, because you've had producers sit together and they want to get people for their show, and people will chop them down by saying, no, you don't want to use them. And they'll just make up stories just so you wouldn't get that break.
That is so true.
You know, but here's my thing. Over the years, you know Culture Kali.
Oh man.
Culture Kali and I have been working as a team. We're the demolition team.
Yes,
And we have put
I like that.
we've put on several shows over the years. And we've always pulled for our own.
Yes.
We might bring an international
Right.
as a 1 or 2 or whatever.
But never one show without
our
local.
own.
Right. Love
But
that.
even that cause strive against us. Even when we're trying to help our own. The same ones
Man.
that we
Oh,
put on
man.
shows and we try to help, they turn back around and they be the biggest enemies. So how can you try to say you're going to embrace me when you see me and you want to hug me and you want to show me love, but you know underneath, people got to understand, it's not everyone that you sit
with around the table.
with around the table is
Yes.
against Empress Unique. Sometimes some people just sit with you and go on and talk, and yeah, they'll have their tea with you because they want to know exactly how you feel about Empress Unique. They don't feel the way you feel about Empress
No.
Unique, but they're going to sit with you and they're
Right.
going to hear what you have to say, but then they'll know exactly who you are.
There was a point in your I wouldn't say your career, but in your personal life where
Yes.
you know you took a step back based on the situation with your son.
Yes.
The
I took about
yeah.
a year and a half
Took some
off,
time off.
out the world,
Right.
not only
Right.
from music.
For a moment, I thought that was it.
Yeah, I thought it was it.
For me personally, I thought
my
that
loved
was
ones
it.
thought it was it. And you brought that up, and since I'm gonna keep it real with you. 2012, April the 2nd, 2012 to be exact, the worst day of my life.
April 12th.
April the 2nd,
April the 2nd.
2012.
Okay. My daughter's
The
birth month.
worst day of my life.
The worst day.
The worst day. There's nothing. That's why I tell you, I'm unstoppable. If I survived after April the 2nd, 2012, up until today, there's nothing no one can do to stop me or get me back to that level. I lost my firstborn.
Wow.
This is my baby here.
Yeah, I've seen
I
that.
don't leave home without
You know what I
him.
mean?
Some form or the other.
And he was around what?
20. He was going to be 24 that May. His birthday,
24.
May the 5th. So he passed 23, 1 month from being 24.
Wow.
And my son was in Kansas. He had just left home for the first time, September 29th. And up until today, don't ask me how. I just knew that there was one bullet that went through my son's head from this temple to this temple. Clean as a whistle. There's no closure. There's all kind of...
This didn't happen in Florida.
It did not happen in Florida. It happened in Kansas. And
you had to go to...
No. I was not notified until my son passed away the Monday. And we trying to reach him and we trying to call, and his phone was off. But his sister and him used to correspond with some box, whatever program they had on the phone, because technology-wise, he was amazing.
Okay.
So he was still corresponding with his sister until that Monday. She's reaching out for him because what had happened, I was on my way from work, and my daughter's father called me and said, hey, BSO was here looking for you. Nope, I'm lying. That was a Wednesday. I was on my way from work. And he said, BSO came looking for you. I said, BSO came looking for me? For what?
You had a hit song.
Listen, I'm like, for what? And I just got out the car. I was going into the store because that time my daughter was a baby.
Yeah.
And I was going into the store. I always try to get her little treats going home because she was a baby. So I stopped to get her something. And I got to, when he told me that, my knees buckled. I had to let the door go, like lean against the wall for a minute. And I'm like, well, what's going on? I'm like, well, what are they looking for me for? I got a feeling like my whole body just died.
So he got the news.
He didn't get the news yet. BSO was just there looking for me. They
Oh,
didn't.
so
They didn't say what.
Anybody didn't
They couldn't.
Cool. It's their job.
So I got home. I left. I didn't bother going to the store. I went home because now I'm calling my daughter. My daughter calling my son. She couldn't get him. I'm calling my mom. I'm calling everybody because I'm like, why is BSO? So everybody's okay away from my son. And I said, well, you know, his phone is off. Whatever, he'll get back. I got home. I'm waiting on BSO to come back. No BSO. I couldn't wait anymore. I got in my car and I drove around to the substation. And I'm like, I walk in the front door. Very nice officer at the front desk.
Yes.
And I said, you know, good evening. I just got in and I heard that you guys was to my house looking for me. And he was like, yeah, really? What's your name? And I gave him my name. I said, I don't know what you guys are looking for me for. I'm not a criminal. And he said, a lot of people walk in this door saying that, but they don't walk back out. I said, well, I'm going to be the first. So, you know, we were just shooting it and talking, and he was very nice. And I said, he said, were you in an accident? Did you have a burglary? You know, he's running down. And I was like, no, none of the above. And he said, let me go to the back and see who came out. And TC, the man, went to the back. And he came back. And when he came back to his desk, it was like he was a different person. And I'm like, you know, just like we're sitting here, we're kicking it, we were laughing, and he just came back like, ma'am, go back home, an officer will be out there on a call. He wouldn't look at me. He did not look at me. He went to the back and came back. He was on his desk, whatever he was doing.
So you guys were having a conversation that is so, it's like a family member you're talking to.
Yeah.
And come back out and it's like,
I guess when whatever they told him in the back, he got the news. For the reason that they were looking for me.
Yeah. He never wanted to.
Knowing that I'm the mother, I guess he didn't even know how to even continue the conversation. So he just told me, ma'am, go back home, an officer will be out.
That didn't raise a suspicion?
Of course it did, because my whole body is like, my nerves is going and everything. So I go home. TC, every car that drove on my street, I could hear that day.
Wow.
Every car.
That must be painful, man. The anxiety of waiting to see someone. Just to get whatever information
it gets better, because while waiting, these officers did not come back yet. Waited about 2 hours or so, and then my phone rang. And when I answered my phone, I heard a scream. It's like somebody screaming for dear life. But when I look, I see it was my daughter. And I'm like, Princess. And she's screaming. All I'm hearing is, Mommy, Mommy. Do you know what that does to a mother? Your child is on the phone screaming and you don't know what's going on.
Right.
And she needs my help. I don't know how to help her because she can't calm down to tell me what's going on. And all I could hear her scream out was that her brother is dead. And I told her, stop effing playing with me. Don't do that. And I said, you got to calm down. So she calmed down and she repeated it again like, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. D is dead. He's dead. And I said, what? And TC, that was it.
So you get the news without getting it from
before the police came. And how it's one of her friends. I'm going to tell you how small this world is. Just like I told you about people sitting around a table talking.
Right.
One of her friends worked on a job at a telemarketing company. And my son's wife, cousin, happened to work at the same company, right in a booth next door. This young lady and my daughter wasn't speaking at the time, but she called to give her condolences, overhearing the conversation between the cousin and the wife on the phone. Mind you, at this time, the wife did not notify me that my son was dead.
And this was like 3 days.
This is 3 days, TC, 3 days.
Yes. So you still haven't gotten closure from that.
Still haven't gotten closure.
Something
Here's
right,
my
man.
story that's never been told.
So the thing is, if she knew and everything was going, I think the first thing any normal person would do in a situation like that was to know that, yo, let me call his parents in Florida.
TC, the lady, when my son left my house September 29th, he left my house with her and her son, not his son, her and her son, to go to Kansas.
That's where she's from?
No. Who's
from Kansas?
No one is from Kansas. She was going for military training. That's where they based her in Kansas.
Okay.
Okay, and the young lady lived in my house for months. She moved from my house. We spoke on the phone almost every day. Almost every day, TC. It's not like we had a disagreement. It's not like we hated her. It's not like there was no conflict. It was nothing.
You know what, Empress? I'm gonna be outside the box thinker here. A situation like that too, you know, probably the same reason why the police couldn't even, you and him have a great conversation before him go around the back and him come back and him just don't know how to tell you. Maybe it's the same situation for her too, you know, she just don't know how to break that news to you.
TC.
You don't think it could be that?
No, because TC, my son died Monday night, Tuesday night. The wife was at what they call a bubble party with another dude, lap dancing. They saw it live on whatever. Ooh.
Like social media. So
she was out with her friends and another dude on his lap at a bubble party. My son was dead the Monday night. Okay? You the wife. And before my son died, she brought her son back here to Florida to her mother that she couldn't have left the son with prior to going. She didn't trust to leave her son with her mother because she said her mother was an alcoholic.
But then all of a sudden she bring the son.
She brought the son back 1 week before my son's death. Okay, and left the son here.
And then went back.
When my son was supposed to be coming, because I told him, you need to come home. And when my son was supposed to be coming, she had him served with a restraining order, which was weird for him. He's supposed to be in court, but she was here in Fort Lauderdale. I passed her on Rock Island. And she came down and visited and never came to my house and went back home. And my son died the Monday.
Oh, yeah. It now become a mystery. It now becomes a mystery because there's all type of things start going through my brain right now. That is concerned.
So
I'm quite sure
I'm his
with
mother.
You,
and up
would
until
that be?
today,
No closure.
There's no closure. Will I ever get closure?
What did the investigating officers says?
Oh, they had a paper and they're trying to tell me it was suicide. And they had a little note that they sent, and they was, send me some of his belongings. And when I got the paper, first of all, she told them that my son was homeless. He didn't have any family. That's why it took them so long to get in touch with me. Thank God his wallet was in his back pocket. Yeah. So when they got him to the morgue and undressing and doing whatever they're doing, they found the wallet. That's how they was able to notify BSO. She told him he was homeless. He didn't have any family. His family didn't want him.
Homeless how? Then wasn't she his
He had an empty
spouse?
room at my house.
But wasn't she his spouse? Wasn't they
She
living
said
together?
She said they had a conflict, and my son must have left and went with his friend because he planned on coming back home.
Okay.
Okay. I spoke to my son. The last I spoke to my son was a Friday, and we was talking about it, and I said, get your stuff and come home.
Okay.
That's my baby. When my god sister says she don't care what it costs, she'll pay it, tell him to come home. Okay. When I spoke to my son Friday evening, my girlfriend called me. She was in a car accident on University. And I spoke to him until I got there. He was on his way to the mall with one of his friends to go get duffel bags to pack his stuff. That was the last. That was my last I love you. Man. That Friday. He died Monday night at 11 o'clock on the couch. Bullet went here and came directly out here.
So
supposedly she said it was suicide because she went to the store and came back, and I guess all of this transpired. And the note they sent me, I told the detective, I said, sir, it's not my son's handwriting. I said, my son graduated Piper High School with 4.0 GPA. My son graduated at 16 years old, left school and went back in March with his class, went to dental school, and went back to Piper to march when it was time for him to march. This chicken scratch is not my son's handwriting. By the time we heard that Wednesday and the Thursday, when we spoke to our lawyer and stuff, the lawyer looked me straight in the face and he said, I wouldn't take your money. He said, they murdered your son. And whoever did it, they plotted it well. Because there's nothing I can go to Kansas or send my team to Kansas to do right now because all evidence were tampered with.
Man, that's a hefty loss for a mother, to be honest with you. And the fact that up until this day, 2021, there's no closure, there's nothing.
None.
Yeah.
I live with it every day. I have to balance it because I still have my other children.
Right.
That I have, it's hard for them too. Because
I
my
can
baby
imagine.
girl was like 7 years old.
Yeah.
You know, and his sister, they grew up, it was just them two. So they grew up like twins. Like it affected
The whole
family, friends. It
Yeah.
still affects us because when you're in a situation where you can get no closure, I would have preferred to know that they called me and say my son was in a terrible accident or somebody did something.
It was a conflict, a fight out there, and
Yes,
something.
and he was in the wrong
Right.
place at the wrong time. At least
Yeah.
I would have known what happened. And it gets better than that because when I spoke to the detective, the Wednesday we on the phone, my girlfriend, the same one I told you, she'll come out in the street for me. She's contacting everybody because I wasn't able. I was done. I was
No, it
when
has to be,
I
man.
was a zombie. They
Has
say
to
for like
be.
about a week or two. I couldn't eat, drink, nothing. I just sat. The most I did, they put me in the shower. I couldn't tell you who came to my house. I couldn't tell you who left. Her and my daughter took care of everything that they could have as for programs and all.
Quick question. The funeral.
Mhm.
Did the young lady show up at the funeral?
That's the trick question. Would you have her to show up at your child's funeral? In her mind, she thought she was because I'm going to tell you, it goes back more with Empress Unique. For me to get my son's body back to Florida, I had to be the mother, the understanding mother, which I do anything for my kids. I had to be that mother that became her best friend to let her know I understand. Don't worry about it. Just sign the papers and I'll take it from here. She came down, she came to my house the first night. And I had to lock her in my bedroom. The tension was so much and Eva she was looking in my face and lying. And I asked her for my son's phone. It took her about 2 days to get me the phone. Because my son came and dreamt me and he told me the truth is in his phone. He said, Mommy, everything is in my phone. So obviously he recorded something in the phone. I asked the young lady for the phone. 2 days later, she bought me the phone. That time I knew nothing really about no phone like that. When she bought the phone, my daughter came and checked the phone. She took the memory card out the phone.
Yeah, so there's no memory card in the phone?
I got an empty phone.
That
No contacts.
No, man, that's suspicious, man, big time, for real. That's why I said before, the human being is something that, you can't study human being.
Yeah.
And, this is somebody who he must have fallen in love with. That's, him even a father, her child.
Yep,
You know
what
I
it
mean?
was, jealousy. My son was so lovable and so kind. Everywhere he went, people fell in love with him. A lot of people around Fort Lauderdale know who he was because he was with me like he was not
Like a
security or
For
my
real.
backup singer sometimes. That was who he was. And this young lady came, but she came back the second night and I broke. I couldn't do it no more.
You couldn't be the hypocrite.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I just needed my son home. I needed to see my son's face for the last time because I know my children so well. I called almost every funeral parlor in Broward County because I needed somebody to find my son because I couldn't find my son in Kansas.
What?
They couldn't find him because she told them he was homeless. He didn't have no family. So my son was from morgue to morgue to morgue. And I give thanks to Mr. Mizell Funeral Parlor. I called all of them in Broward County. And Mr. Mizell, when he heard my story and I pleaded with him, he said, daughter, don't worry. He took the name, he took all the information. Mizell got on that phone. He called me back within an hour. He said, I found your baby. And it happened that my son was at a morgue that Mr. Mizell friend runs in Kansas.
Oh.
So you tell me God don't always be looking out.
Wow.
Mr. Mizell spoke to the guy, and this is how I had to plead with the young lady and ask her to sign the paperwork because she's the wife. And I want a lot of mothers to know that when your sons or daughters get married, you don't have a say-so anymore. And the detective told me if she does not sign the paper, she told the detective to ask me if I wanted his ashes because she was going to cremate him. This was all a Wednesday. She had cremation and everything set up.
Everything I move fast. So if you never react quick enough, that means funeral that go on, they don't even know.
She told the detective to ask me if I wanted his ashes, and this is when Mr. Mizell, I thank him again because this man walked me through it. And I had to do what I had to do. I had to become friends with the enemy so I could get my baby home.
Give him a proper burial.
And my baby came home, I think that's Saturday. Mr. Mizell got him in that Saturday morning. And I asked him, whoever was getting my son, the one thing I requested, don't touch him until I see him. Because I could tell you what was happening just by looking at my baby's facial expression.
Wow.
So
something that it's unbearable for any parent whatsoever to go through, that kind of situation. It's a agony, and that explains why you were in hiatus for almost
a
2
year.
years.
Yep, almost 2 years. Yeah, but guess what? Those 2 years,
trying to get back into this thing.
I couldn't live without the music. The music was a healer.
Wow. Hence why probably your vocal come off the way it does now.
It was a lot of pain and
yes.
A lot of people don't understand. Like I said, I'm gonna write a book. I am getting ready to
should.
write. I'm getting ready to write the book, and you're the first to know. I'm getting ready to write a book, and I'm gonna write from 16. I'm gonna start it from 16. Well, I could start from 8 when I started the music, but people see me as Empress Unique, but they don't know my story. That's why I wrote that song. Here's my story that's never been told.
Right.
I'm no longer a child. I'm grown old. Don't judge me. Look at me as that Christmas tree. You go and cut that pine tree down and it's just a green tree until you decorate it. When the mother underneath all of this, I hurt.
I can feel your pain.
I cried many days. From this time of year, it's hard.
Has to be. Has to be.
It's very hard. When I see young men out there and I'm like, sometimes I see my son. When I see the car he used to drive, messes me up.
I know a lot of things. If you see
the vehicle I had when he passed away, he used to drive my truck more than I did. I couldn't keep it because when I'm going down the street, I'm looking at my baby sitting beside me.
Oh man. Wow.
I had to trade it in. I couldn't do it. Because I either would have hurt somebody on the street, or I would have hurt myself. It was that bad.
You know, you are the definition of a mother. You are strong inside and out, internal and outside. And it's not easy for a mother to bear the kind of pain that you have gone through. I know mothers out there definitely get closure, but when you don't get closure, that's a whole different story.
It's a different ball game. And I'm in counseling. I'm in counseling still.
Yes.
And it's funny that my personal therapist just referred me to grievance counseling. She wanted me to do the group. And I just did it the first time Saturday. But I don't think it's for me because it's so emotional. You're hearing everybody crying and talking about their loved ones that they just lost. And with COVID, it's so many people that's in there crying about the ones that they lost. And I'm like, oh, I don't know, because my heart.
Yes.
But I just learned that I didn't really grieve.
That's true.
I'm home. I was home because I had hurt my foot. And within the 3 weeks, that's when I just started grieving because I was home doing
Because
nothing.
now you have time now to
Oh
reflect.
my God, TC.
Man.
I just cried and cried and cried and cried. And I talking to my therapist about it, and she said, "You're just grieving. You never took time to grieve. You did not grieve properly."
That's true. Man, I tell you this. That's something I wish I know, not even my enemy. I wish I know. And I was just talking about earlier in the previous hour. I ran into a friend of mine yesterday while I was in the streets, and I saw his eyes puffy, and I said, "You're living the life, man. You're just waking up." And he said, "No, man, I'm grieving my dad." So I said, because I call him father, I say, "I," because every time you see him, just keep a dance. It's somebody who is in his 60s but look like him about 40 something. One of them big man, the way you see always look like young boy.
Yeah.
Got a strokes and just that was it. You know what I mean? And I was saying to him that, listen, honestly, I understand your pain, but this is not something that's gonna go away anytime soon.
No, it never is. No time soon. It's never gonna go away.
20.
I'm going on 10 years.
And you still
April make 10
feel the
years.
pain, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I thank God for my little group. I have a nice support group.
Yes.
There was Woody and Sonia, like in the beginning of this, even up until today. I'm gonna tell you, them two people there, I don't even know, because at one time, that's my girlfriend and her husband, they thought her husband was my husband. That's just how supportive that they were to me. But I have a are amazingly strong, and they fight for me day after day, and they push me. So this is all I got to do is say, listen, when you see Empress Unit, there's no need to be intimidated. There's no need to be jealous, because you couldn't walk a mile in my shoe if I gave it to you.
This is your story,
It's
babes.
my
I tell you
story.
this is your
And
story.
you would not want to live what I've lived and what I'm still living and what I'll be living until my day expires.
Yes.
Because I never get closure. My son is not here to tell what happened.
No.
And the other party is covering it and just moving on.
I know, but there's a thing called karma.
And I'm waiting on it.
And
I will let you know when it shows up.
There's a thing called karma, man, and when that comes around, there's nothing you can do. Because, what goes around comes around.
Yeah, but I'm just going to tell you guys, like, look out for the book, because it's so much. We can't even fill this in an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. It's a lot.
Man, I can't tell you that much, man. I'm happy that you, find the strength within your music. And you find comfort within your music. And I can tell by, these songs that you put out, you can hear it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This will come from your soul, nowhere else but your soul. And this is you, Empress Unique, just, using this as your pillow to get by.
Yeah.
And I respect that. Empress Unique, I'm looking at the clock and see that we're running out of time, but we know that you have done some Christmas carol.
Yes.
And I thank you so very much for the gift.
Oh,
You
I
know
thank
what I
you
mean?
guys, and I thank all of my supporters out there. I so thank you guys, because even when I fell back and felt like I couldn't go on, they still supported me. And when I came back onto the stage, they welcomed me with open arms. There's never a time that I hit the stage that I don't feel welcome, and that means a lot to me.
Man, I saw it. Remember I tell you about that 10-minute performance? I saw it from the audience,
There's
man,
so
for
many
real.
more, but I give thanks for it. I'm being Port Charlotte the 1st of January. Like you was asking the question, I'm sorry we bypassed it. All I've been doing through COVID is really, I did little small things, nothing major.
Right.
But our archive is large. So we've been recording. I'm not one to come on Facebook and gloat every time I record a song.
Right.
I'm not one to gloat every time somebody plays it
She's
for
so
me.
traditional, man.
It's just not me. I'm a family woman. I got husband, I got kids. I'm OCD, so I don't have time as much as some people do. So y'all don't knock me if you don't see me. Or sometime I'll get in the mood, I'll post a little something or share a little something, but it's not all the time. But I give thanks to Working Class Music, Virgo, my manager, which keeps me in the studio. He keeps me busy. I give thanks for Hope and Lindo, that's all supported me, Joanna Marie and Ed Robinson. I've done some work with them even throughout this whole pandemic. Joe and Suzanne, and I'm heading up to Port Charlotte now. Empress Sonia and her King Man. We have a big thing up there on the 1st. of January. So that's kicking off the new year the right way. So, and I thank TC FLEXX and the crew. Definitely Trish, my baby sister.
I'm going to say this real quick, ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here. Of course, hubby, Marlon, is watching, of course. Can't be here in physical, but he's watching. He says, we are all here for you, babes.
Oh.
Miss Pretty J says, continue applying pressure.
That's my baby.
Yeah, Miss Pretty J.
That's my girl. Big support.
And of course, Susan Jones says, you're an awesome, strong, empowering queen. Needs to be in a book. And Miss Pretty J also said, tell your story, sister. You're helping someone.
Yeah.
For real. You
yeah.
are.
And that's why I'm to that point right now where I have to. If it doesn't work for me one way, it has to work for me the other.
Losing a child is like a knife stabbing in the chest. And it goes on, as you can see, the chat room goes on.
Guys, I'll read your,
we'll go back and
I'll read later on. I'm not able to read it right now, but I will read it when I come off and I'll respond. And I thank you guys.
One thing you guys don't know about, of course, Empress Unique is that she's not just a musician, ladies and gentlemen. She's a people's person. She's a family person.
Yeah.
And we've been told that you know family out there who who are struggling through the COVID time and so forth. And
struggling, period. Even before COVID, Culture Kali and myself, we usually do the back to school drive, which is from us, and we'll have a couple of people that will support us here and there. And Nikki, Fire, and myself took on to feed in families for Thanksgiving, and we're going to do the same thing for Christmas. I don't, like I said, I don't come on Facebook and gloat because I don't need a pat on the back to do that. God bless me. That's what He instilled in me, and whatever is instilled in your heart to do, it's not for show.
Right.
I'm a vessel. I have to work. So it's not like I'm rich. I'm not making money from the music, but sacrifice.
Love that. I love that. Ends where we need to support the artists, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Big Victory has blessed us here at FLEXX FM, and together we have been trying to help families and so forth. And we know that we cannot do it by ourselves, so we choose Empress Unique to help us in giving back.
Oh,
to someone,
thank you guys.
So that's from us to you. You know what I mean?
Not from TC FLEXX and family, Empress Unique, Demolition Team, Nikki Fire, to a family that really has a need. That's who we're helping.
That's what we are.
Yeah, and I think, you know what? You see now, look how the circle is growing.
Yes, we know that our hands alone can't do it. It takes a village.
We got to sit down and have a round table. Because we're in the same line of business, helping people.
For real. Normally I would give somebody a shake hand, but for you I'll give you a hand first.
I love you.
Continue to keep it 100 and keep
I love
the faith,
you.
man. Your strength
Thank you.
is admirable. Believe me, it's
Thank
very
you.
much admirable, and I do hope that someone out there that is going through the same predicament.
Yeah, they could reach out. They could reach out. I could listen. We could share stories. Reach out to me.
Yeah, sometimes we need to talk with someone.
Not only moms, we have dads that lose their children too. Yeah,
and siblings, like if your daughter. Sometimes I don't know the whole family.
It's hard for all of us. It's hard.
For real. And you said that his sister was very close to him.
All my children are very close. We're very, very tight. My children and I, we're very, very, very close. So that's something that we as parents, we might don't agree with everything they do, which we never will as parents.
True.
But we have to love them regardless.
True.
And I tell my children are my lifeline. I love my husband. Don't get it twisted, y'all. I love my husband to death. Because like I tell you, they could twist things around.
Of course.
I love my husband to death, but my husband loves my children as much as I do.
Have to.
And I love his as much as he does.
Right.
So we're in it together. When I hurt, he hurts. And he's very supportive, but come together as a family. With your children, even if you don't agree, love them to death. Because sometimes you love them so much, they will change just because they know you love them that much.
That is so true. That is so... I'm going to leave it right there because I've battled that, and I'm telling you, you will love them so much, they will change just because they know how much you love them.
Yeah.
For real. I love that.
That's it.
Now keep that
I
with
love
me
you
for the
guys.
day.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so very much. I'm going to leave you with a couple of Christmas carols from, of course, Empress Unique, ladies and gentlemen. It's the season to give, and of course, one of the reasons why we have Empress Unique inside the studio with us today. Thank you so very much. Thanks to the entire FLEXX FM family. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another FLEXX FM Media Group production. It is Lunch with TC, The Naked Truth. Remember, we are going forward now. We're not going in reverse. So we'll get used to the new norm. All right? So until tomorrow, have a great day, ladies and gentlemen.
what we're gonna do. Oh boy, when you're gonna come.
Hey there, it's Christmas time, and I want to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and narrow pining, till he appeared and the soul felt his word. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees and hear the angels' voices. Oh, night divine.
Sellers, buyers, homeowners, everyone. The Barrett Group is here to get you the home you need. Selling a home or property? The Barrett Group can be reached at 954-306-8607 to find out how much your home is worth. Buyers, interest rates are at an all-time low. The Barrett Group, 954-306-8607, located at 4977 North State Road 7, Tamarack, Florida. The Barrett Group, South Florida's real estate providers. Thanks, Barrett Group, for your kind sponsorship of this radio station.
Hi, I'm Trisha with FLEXX FM Media Group, and on behalf of the entire FLEXX FM family, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a happy holiday season and a prosperous new year. Please remember, drink responsibly and always tune into www.flexfm.online. That's FLEXXFM.online. Have a great holiday season. Thank you.
Happy holidays from Christine's Closet. I want to wish everybody a prosperous, safe, but most importantly, blessed holiday season this year. We've been through a lot these past 2 years, and I'm looking forward to enjoying myself and my family, as well as yours, here on FLEXX FM. Join me every Thursday evening from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. live on FlexFM.online. See you soon.
FLEXX greetings, everyone. It's good to be here on top of the earth and not beneath the earth. I want to reach out to all our viewers and subscribers and telling you guys thanks for a great 2021 despite the odds with COVID and every other challenges that comes with it. Will be religiously challenged or politically challenged. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten through this together. Simply mean champions at trust. I want to thank you all for the support, the love that you gave us here at FLEXX FM Media Group, and I want you to continue giving us that love and support throughout the rest of 2021 into 2022. I am here to say to you guys, it's still crazy out there. I want you to be safe. I need for you to be here 2022 with us. So with that being said, Keep like, tagging, and sharing Flex FM Media Group with the world. Because trust me, it's Flex FM, my FM, your FM. Call a friend and tell a friend. It can be their FM too. Why not? Let's stay flexing for 2022. A word from the captain.
Just want to say happy holidays to all my Flex FM family members, yo. To everyone who's always logged in the Flex FM, happy holidays to you and yours. Yo, please be safe. Please always have a designated driver. You know, Christmas season still is when crazy stuff happening, and we don't want that, alright? I want y'all to forward into 2022 with positive energy. We have a new look on life because we're going to really step up this thing. We're going to really step up this thing, what we call being goal-getters individually. Well, go get it, right? For 2022, I want you to continue to ride out with the Flex FM family. You already know Flex FM is the best FM. It's your FM, it's my FM. We're always here to educate, empower, and entertain the world. So again, happy holidays from Flex FM, from Nikki Blaze, from everyone around the world. Yeah, one love we say.
Hi everyone, listening to the sound of my voice. This is Nigel, aka BMG. On behalf of myself, my family, and the Flex family, I want to wish everyone a happy, healthy, and a safe holiday season. And remember, FlexFM.online is the place to be. Happy holiday, everyone.
Vaccine, come for your vaccine. Now your back arching, the syringe gone in. Vaccine, I get a vaccine. Vaccine, I get a vaccine. Vaccine, come for your vaccine. Now your back arching, the syringe gone in. Vaccine.
Holidays, everyone. This is Lisa L from the Caribbean Blend Radio Show. Thank you, as always, for tuning in the whole year. I had to keep your company, and you can certainly keep mine. We had a great time together. I want to wish you a happy, healthy, safe holiday season, and would love to see all of you next year, brand new year, 2022. Love always, right here on www.flexfm.online, Caribbean Blend with your girl Lisa L. Peace.
Hi, and happy holidays to you. This holiday, we're going to be flexing the flex way, which means we're going to be safe and secure, but we're still going to be kind to others. I'm Gabby Flex, and I have my show on Flex FM every Monday, 7 to 8, and every Wednesday from 6 to 8. But today I'm here to wish you not only a wonderful holiday season, but a safe holiday season, so that we can have you watching FlexFM.online every single day. Why not? Because Flex FM is the best FM. It's my FM, it's your FM, and you're going to tell a friend to tell a friend, so it's their FM too. Let's have a wonderful holiday season, the Flex way. Take care.
The following program contains language and scenes that some viewers might find objectionable. Discretion in viewing is advised.
Hi, and happy holidays to you.